Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into the weeds of high-end video distribution.
Yeah, we're looking at a specific piece of kit, the WolfPack 4K 30 Hz 4x8 AV over IP PoE Matrix Switch.
Right. And this thing, it's a good example of that whole AV over IP trend, isn't it?
Absolutely. So our mission really is to break down what makes this particular system, so powerful for places needing lots of screens. Think big sports bars, command centers, that kind of thing.
And the big hook straight away seems to be how it handles signals. Like you can send any of 4 inputs to any of 8 outputs.
Over just one standard network cable, a CT6.
A single CT6, up to, what, 450 feet?
That's right. And that same cable does the power, too, because it's PoE power over Ethernet.
Okay, so PoE, that's the first big efficiency point. No hunting for power outlets near the TVs.
Exactly. Huge convenience factor. But the arguably bigger win is the core technology itself. It's using H.265 compression for the video signal.
H.265. So for those of us maybe not deep in compression standards, how does that actually work? How does it squeeze, say, 4K video down so much?
Well, it's just incredibly efficient at compressing the video data without really degrading the image quality you see, especially at 4K 30 Hz.
And why does that matter so much here?
Because the bottom line is the total bandwidth needed stays under 1 gigabit. That's the key.
Under 1 gig. Even if you're pushing multiple 4K streams or doing like those quad view layouts?
Correct. Even with complex views, it stays within that 1G limit. And this means you probably don't need special, super expensive AV network switches.
Ah, so you can just use standard, off-the-shelf, 1 gig managed switches that IT departments already use.
Precisely. That's a potentially massive saving on the infrastructure cost. Much simpler in the wiring closet, too.
Yeah, simpler is always good. And I saw the hardware itself is flexible. Like the transmitter and receiver units, they're the same box.
They are physically identical, yes. You just use some PC software to tell each box whether it's going to be a transmitter, taking the source in, or a receiver feeding a display.
That's clever. Simplifies stocking spares, I guess.
It does. And that flexibility, that software-defined nature, it kind of leads into what I think is maybe the standout feature for the user.
Okay, what's that?
The real-time video preview on a tablet.
Right, I saw that mentioned. So this isn't just like a still image preview.
No. It's full-motion video. The app for an iPad or Android tablet shows you live feeds all your connected sources, playing simultaneously right there on the tablet screen.
So if you had, say, 4 different satellite boxes plugged in, you'd see all 4 channels playing live on your control tablet.
Exactly that. Imagine you're running a sports bar with games on every screen. You glance at your tablet, see the channel you want instantly, and boom, route it where it needs to go.
That sounds incredibly useful for managing things quickly. No more guessing which input is which.
Right. It cuts down on operational fumbling. The only small thing to note is you don't get audio on the tablet preview itself. The video's live, but the sound isn't streamed to the controller.
Okay, fair enough. So control is slick, but what about size? Is it limited to just this 4x8 setup?
Oh, no, it's designed to grow. The sources say you can expand it in the field well beyond 100 displays if needed.
How does that work?
Yeah.
Do you just buy more boxes?
You add more transmitter and receiver units as needed, yeah. And you can cascade standard network switches. Basically, you link switches together to create one big virtual matrix, maybe an 8x16, 16x32, whatever you need.
So the network switch becomes the matrix core, essentially.
You got it. And this ties right into video wall features, too.
Ah, yes, the video walls. It has that built in, right?
Yeah.
No separate processor needed.
Correct. There's an internal video wall processor. You configure it using specific PC software tools. Looks like they're called XView and DV-Stool.
And you can set up different layouts, like 2x2, 3x3, even asymmetrical ones.
Yeah, standard grids like 3x3, or even stretching one source across, say, a 1x4 or 4x8 wall. Plus, it handles things like picture-in-picture, and even rotating the image 90, 180, 270 degrees for portrait displays.
That's pretty comprehensive. What about switching speed? When you change sources or layouts, is it instant or is there a lag?
It's described as fast, seamless switching. The specs mention latency around 50 milliseconds when it's in its low latency mode.
50 milliseconds. Okay, so for just watching video, that's probably unnoticeable.
Pretty much invisible, yeah.
But what if you were trying to do something interactive, like control a PC through it? Would you feel that 50 meters?
You might perceive a very slight delay with, like, fast mouse movements. But honestly, 50 meters is considered really good performance for this type of compressed AV over IP system. It's kind of the trade-off you make for that incredible bandwidth efficiency.
Right, the efficiency versus immediacy trade-off. Makes sense. Now, you mentioned PC software for setups, you and DV Stool.
Yes, that seems to be key. The initial configuration setting IP addresses, defining the video walls, all the deep system settings, that's all done through those dedicated Windows applications.
So no web browser interface, no web GUI.
Apparently not. You need that specific PC software for the heavy lifting on setup. Control and the preview, though, that's where the tablet app comes in.
Interesting dependency. What about audio? Can you route audio separately from the video?
It handles audio, yes. It has connections, looks like 3-pin balanced audio ports, on both the transmitter and receiver units for embedding audio into the stream or pulling it back out.
Okay, so you can get audio in and out at either end.
Right. But importantly, you can't matrix it separately. The audio stays locked with its original video source. You can't take video from input 1 and mix it with audio from input 2, for example.
Got it. Audio follows video. So wrapping this up, what's the big picture takeaway?
I think it's that this WolfPack system tackles complex video routing by being really smart about bandwidth. That 1 gig cap for 4K is impressive. And it pairs that efficiency with powerful user-friendly control, especially that real-time tablet preview.
Yeah, it's quite a package, but it does lean heavily on two different approaches, doesn't it? You've got that super flexible, modern, wireless tablet control for day-to-day use, but then the fundamental setup is locked down to specific proprietary PC software. No web access for configuration.
That's the interesting contrast, yeah.
So maybe the final thought for you listening is this. When does that trade-off make sense? When is the kind of focused power and maybe security of proprietary desktop software worth giving up the sheer convenience and accessibility of managing a system through a standard web browser? Something to mull over for your next big AV project.